It's always good when people pass, so why not? Like, what's up, Clint? How do you feel? What happened in your life recently, dude?
Hey man, I had an awesome experience this last Monday. I passed the PMP, and man, it was an incredible ride. I tell you what, Scott, it's just been a great experience, and a lot of really so much knowledge that you poured into me, really in every area. So thank you so much, and thank the team also. I appreciate everyone kind of hanging out there with me.
That's awesome, dude. So beginning to end, for those people out there, everybody's on their own path and stuff. Roughly, how long did it take you? Weeks, days, years? What was your path like, dude?
You know, really for me, I probably, I would say maybe a cumulative around 50 hours of study. But the last week and a half, I really, kind of just dove in there and really focused a lot. I mean, early on, I started in late July, joining the calls, going to the accelerator and kind of just taking my own pace. And I pushed it out a couple of times just because of my own fear that, may not happen, or, I had some personal issues going on in my life. And so I kind of put things aside for a little bit. But yeah, for the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I jumped back in the program, finished my accelerator, went through, took all my tests again. And I got there. I have to say I was thinking, because I listen to your podcast also, which I have to say that's a really value add. It's a big value add. So if you can, anybody that hasn't jumped in the podcast, there's always those tidbits of information that I glean from that. And I got into the test, and I did take it off site. I didn't take it from my house. I did take it off site, and got into the Pearson room, and I sat down, and I remember you saying something, Scott. You said, you got to watch out for those first 30 questions.
Right on.
And so I sat down, and probably the first 3 or 4, I got behind, and I was like, oh no, oh no. And I mean, at one point it was pretty fresh. Those first 30 questions, really probably for me, Scott, probably about the first 40 questions were the toughest of the entire test, at least from my experience. I think it was a mental thing for me. Emotional, felt like there's a lot riding on this, and I probably within the first 40 questions, at one point I thought, you know what, I don't have to do this. I'm just going to walk out of this place. And I did. And so but I said, you know what, I'm going to keep pressing forward. The first group was real tough. It took me about 80 minutes to complete the first section, and which I was shooting for around 75 if I could. So that was, you got 230 minutes, you got 180 questions, broken up into 3 separate blocks. I'm sure the folks on here know that. The second group of questions, I mean, it was just like, for me, it was kind of a smooth ride, man. Yeah. Final questions was, it did take me along the third block. I used every second I had. I came to the third block with about 90 minutes left on 60 questions. And I took that thing down to about the last second. So it seemed to me, it started off tough, and then it ended tough. Hey, listen, I think that in the program, if you can just get the spirit of everything that Scott is saying, not every question's like, of course, you have on your test. It's just, it's so many variations. I wouldn't even know how many different variations of PMI tests there might be. But if you get the spirit of what's being said and how you approach each thing, you'll do real well. I hit target in every area. So yeah. Here's the other thing. Here's something else that the ladies, one of the ladies that was doing some of the training on emotion, she said, keep reminding yourself you've done the work. You've done the work. And so that was something else that was going through my mind as I sat there. I said, you know what? I've taken the time and I've done the work here. And that helped me with confidence, because going through the test, you get weary and tired. Between my 10-minute breaks, I would get out. Of course, they'd pat me down almost, I'd go out, and then I would just, splash my face with water to get to go to the next segment, So, but hey, you've done the work, have confidence in it. You're going to pass.
That's awesome. Well, Clint, we really, really appreciate it. I hope everybody got a lot out of that. We're going to jump to questions, and let's talk again, man. I'd love to keep you in the fold, and we'll find ways to help out. So,
hey, I'm here. I appreciate it. And thanks so much, Scott. And I appreciate everybody on the calls.